Welcome to the Take Care Sis podcast with me, Ki and Keke.
Join two friends for a conversation around self-care in real life. We'll talk about anything on the spectrum from bubble baths to setting boundaries to managing friendships and more.
As your sisters, we also just want to provide a weekly check-in. You know, like big sis asking little sis, sis, you good? So come on in, sis. Let's talk about how we can take better care of ourselves. What's up, Keke?
Hey, Ki, how are you?
Friend. It's Founders Day weekend, so I'm in a fantabulous mood.
I'm glad you are.
How are you?
I'm tired.
Well, because you've been really doing some things. Y'all, if y'all are not following Kiki's, how many days is it? 10?
It's only 15 this time. I usually do 30, but 15-day challenge.
She got a 5th-day. Listen, and I'm her bad friend because I'm subscribed to the challenge, and I don't know how long it is, nor have I started it. But that's the cool thing about this challenge is because it's 15 days, so you don't have to
sit in your inbox until you do it.
It's gonna sit in my inbox until I do it, and that right there is beautiful because I didn't have it the day she started, and then I looked up and it was 2 days later, and I was just like, okay, I'll get to it a little later today. But then work, like I came back to work and it was like, boom, work. So yeah, you know.
Yeah, I've been working on that, and I'm working on a course now. So as we speak, before we started recording, I was also recording for that. And I'm probably going to be recording after we get out of this. I was trying to get it done because I need time to edit.
She busy.
I'll be busy. I'm trying to get stuff done so that the next few weeks I can just sit and look pretty and repost stuff.
I like it.
That's what I'm working towards. How was your break? We haven't talked to each other. Well, we have talked to each other, but we haven't been on the podcast in a couple weeks.
I'm too fisting tea today. That's how the break was. No, the break was cool. Very, very, very much needed. I had off from work and I had off from the podcast. So I had a for real break. And at first I was like, what the hell am I going to do with all this time? And at first, I filled it that first week of my break. Mm-hmm. And that second week of my break, I hated my life for filling that first week. But it was cool. I was super auntie. I hosted my nephew for a few days and then my niece for a few days. I was ready to throw both of them. It was like a drive-by drop-off when I dropped them out. Go on, get out the car now. Just open the door. I'm going to slow down. Teenagers are hard.
Your little nephew, you and your little nephew's date was the funniest thing I have seen. I was like, look at the auntie lean in when she was singing to him, and he was just like, get away from me. I don't know you, even though we look alike. I don't know you.
Listen, he just makes me feel bad about myself sometimes, and then he follows it up with something amazing. So he's a Sour Patch Kid. That's what he is.
Sour, then they're sweet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My niece, on the other hand, she is just she
looks like a little diva.
Yep. And she acts like one. She does. She's a fruit gusher. Yep. She's got that gummy outside, so she's a little fragile, but then you touch it and you're like, and then you got to bite into it and it gushes in your mouth. Yeah, that's her.
Well, I'm glad you had some time with your niece and nephew.
Yeah, it was good.
That's good.
And then the next week, I slept it off Small wins. I hosted for New Year's Eve. Had a party at my crib. And it was a little party, but it was perfect because, you know, the people came and we had some snacks and we did a lot of talking. And I was in my pajamas by 12:15.
That's good for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You had your little extroverted time, and
mm-hmm.
you were able to go to sleep. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And then since then, like I said, I came back to work. I went back to work on that Wednesday after the first. I think it was the third, fourth, something like that. The fourth, right? Mm-hmm. And I had an event on the 5th. I still haven't fully recovered from that one. So yeah, it's just been full force since then. So the break was much needed. Mm-hmm. How about you? What'd you do for your break?
Yeah, I didn't rest as much as I needed to, but Christmas was good. Of course, I went to visit my goddaughter and give her gifts, and she had me going for like hours on end. Every time I come, it's always, Auntie, I want to do this. Auntie, I want you to play with me. Auntie. And then when you play with them, you know, you have to do it their way. You can't be creative or nothing. You have to, no, this doll is for this. You have to do this. Okay, and then we switch because, you know, children, its attention spans are like 2 seconds. Then we switch. We're reading books. And then she want to skip the whole book and then go to the next one. I'm like, we didn't even read it. So like, yeah, that whole struggle.
What, 4?
She's 6.
Oh, okay.
Well, her attention span is very, very short.
You have to look forward to in about 5 years. She won't want none of that.
I know.
She want to. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it now while she still wants to be around me and she still wants me to play with her and stuff. And then we, you know, watch a show for about a good 5 minutes, and then we made cupcakes for Santa.
Oh.
And she was all over the place with that, but you know, it was cute. We did all of that.
Now, was this at your house or hers?
It was at hers, not mine.
Okay. I was going to say the cleanup after baking with children is never fun.
Yeah, I was there because, you know, she has a little brother and her mama is running behind him. So usually when I come, I just go ahead and take her attention away so her mama ain't got to deal with her and the baby. So, well, he's a baby, but he's 1.5. Yeah. So I just do that to take some attention away from mommy so she can do something.
You're a blessing. My line sister, I love her. Assistant asked me to babysit her daughter this weekend, and I'm like,
how old is her daughter?
She's 3. Aww. She's a cutie patootie, but I'm not ready for that type of commitment.
Girl, you're gonna have to make some.
She's 3. So I'm not fully prepared for the 3-year-old. Because the 3-year-old, yes, it requires a lot of entertainment, but it's got to.
Yep, it's one after another.
Right. And I don't.
That's why, you know, I was like, that's why I waited until she was like old enough to like do things, because it's one thing to have to do all of that, all of the behind the scenes stuff and entertain.
Yes.
And it's another when they can, you know, brush their own teeth.
Right.
So shout out to all the mothers out there.
Shout out to y'all, because as an auntie, I can't tell you the good feeling I have when I drop this joke off.
I have the same exact sentiments. So yeah.
I drop them off. It's a blessing. Yeah. So interesting. Today's episode is going to be really light. We're just trying to get back in the groove of it all.
Yes.
And so it's one big catch up for the culture. How you doing type of situation. Check in, if you will. Yes. And I'll tell you, one interesting thing I saw recently was I'm on a bunch of like auntie, I don't want to call them blogs because I'm not a blog girl, but platforms, auntie platforms. And one of them was like me explaining to my kids why I only have one sibling, but she got, or why I have no siblings, but she got 6 aunties or something like that, right? And I was thinking about what you just said, because your goddaughter calls you auntie. And I'm curious, is that like, nope. I think it's a thing of the diaspora, because my Latinx friends do the same thing. They have a lot of tias and aunties related to none of them.
It's just it's the family you choose. So of course, when you choose godparents and you have your friends around you that just grow up around your children, or your children grow up around your friends, that's their aunties. Like,
so at any point, do you want to be referred to as godmom?
I mean, I feel like when she gets older, we'll explain to her what the godmother is. But auntie is, I don't need for her to be calling me godmom and Kiki. Like, that's too long. Just say auntie. Auntie is fine. I'm good.
Godmama Kiki. I think I'm going to call you that a couple times. Godmama Kiki.
Because
you damn sure keep me together. So Godmama Kiki. I like it. It's got a ring to it.
It just seems so long. But I guess it's not it's just about the same as grandmother. So if you do grandmother and godmother, they're about the same in length. But it just seems long when you say godmommy.
Godmama Kiki. Godmama Kiki. Shout out to Yo Sola Boutique. You know, she hooked me up with these earrings for Founders Day. Here's the problem. I am so low maintenance, low key, whatever. Like mostly like throughout the week, I wear my little diamond studs. That's it. These things got some weight on them. I don't know that they're gonna last for the day.
You need some big pearl, just pearls. You just need the one pearl. That's all.
I have a bunch of those too. I just went ahead and went on Amazon, and like I have a pair of pearls. I think they're real. How do you know if pearls are real? I don't know.
I don't know. But the last ones I got were freshwater pearls, supposed to be, but I don't know how you tell if they're real or not.
Yeah. So anyway, I have what I hope are a real pair of pearls. But then I went to Amazon and got like a pack of like 100 for like $5. Because I'm going to lose them. So anyway, and they even got different shapes. I mean, I'm different sizes. So you got the tiny pearl and then the big. Anyway, I'm going to end up switching before the day is over.
There's nothing wrong with that. Just be prepared. Don't leave your pearls at home, because then you'll be mad.
I'm starting to be like hair ties. I'm going to have pearls everywhere like I got hair ties everywhere. Nice if I can put them together.
You know how we are about not being on this podcast with no earrings.
So. Right. We're not on the podcast without earrings. Dang it. Oh, so since we've been gone,
a lot.
Shout outs, huh?
I said a lot has happened.
Yeah. And I can't think of anything at the moment except for shout out to Twitch. May you rest in health. He committed suicide right after our last, like I think the day before our last episode aired, he committed suicide. The last live one that we did, and that touched me. Twitch's death is another one. He's one of those entertainers or celebrities that I felt like I knew. As a matter of fact, like I was in love with Twitch. I've had a crush on him since he was on So You Think You Can Dance. And so I've always felt like had he married me, you know, his life would have probably looked a little bit different.
The optimism.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it was really sad to hear about that. And it just goes to show how you never know what people are going through.
Nope.
And a lot of times the people that are making other people happy, this is why they always say, check on your strong friends, or check on your funny friends, check on your entertaining friends, because they're the ones that are literally living off of making other people happy. But are they really making themselves happy?
Right.
It makes you think of like when Robin Williams did the same thing and he was a comedian. That man was just happy and just like,
right.
So how do you get that from being a happy comedian? But a lot of times the comedians and the entertainers are the ones that have went through the most in their lives, and they just put it into their art, right?
Yeah, it was pretty shocking, and I was quickly over the antics on social media regarding it, because it was check on your strong friends, and not anything against what you're saying, but it really kind of personified what depression could potentially look like, right? Because for all intents and purposes, he was a happy guy. No one knew that he had suffered from any type of depression. No one knew that he was going through anything. And it took me a minute to accept it. But the only thing I knew, or the only indication of depression that I got, was the fact that his wife, he wasn't gone 24 hours before his wife walked into the police station, just like, my husband's missing. So that was so rare. And Twitch has been on the forefront of a lot of the entertainers that complain about police brutality and stuff. So for her to walk into a police station to say that my Black husband is missing, that was the key for me. Oh God, it ain't gonna last, friend. It ain't gonna last. Anyway, that was an indication for me that something was wrong when she walked into a police station to report that her Black husband was missing, because Twitch had been on the forefront of talking about police brutality and how wrong it was. As a matter of fact, he supposedly had posted a video about that very subject the day before, earlier before that day, something like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So for her to then walk into a police station and be like, my husband's missing, like that, for me, I knew that he must have been dealing with depression or something like that, because what would make you do that? But it was weird. And it was, oh my God, the tributes and stuff that poured in after his death. Each one, I was like, So.
Because it was nothing but happiness.
Yeah.
Nothing but happiness.
And he brought a lot of people joy. He made what I loved him for was, so you think you can dance, right? Because I'm a dancer. And he was one of the first people that went to the top. I think he was top 2. He didn't win his season, but I think he was like top 2, top 3. He's one of the people that went so far, and he wasn't classically trained in anything. He was a breaker. I think he did breaking, something like that. He did breaking and crumping, and I think it was more so crumping. But anyway, he was one of those non-trained, non-traditional dancers, and he went so far on So You Think You Can Dance, and just watching his journey on there was really cool. And then, after he won, he went on to judge, he went on to coach So You Think You Can Dance, and then at some point he finally landed that gig with Ellen, and he was on the Ellen show for 10 years. I didn't know that. Time flies.
Oh, like you said, it puts in perspective what depression may look like. And depression could have been for him even like, am I making content to make people happy? Are they truly happy? Social media can kill a lot in somebody's self-esteem. So you never know what was going through his head.
Right. So sad, and definitely gone too soon, because we didn't meet.
All right.
I stand on that one. Don't delete that one. What else is happening?
So Nick Cannon is discovering that fathering all these children that he had in 2022 and before is a little bit harder than he expected. And Mariah is like, I need full custody. Yeah.
We have breakfast. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I could really go
either.
I could really go for some avocado toast. Mm-hmm.
That sounds so healthy. Go ahead, knock yourself out, sis.
I don't blame Mariah. I empathize with Nick only because, hell, I just had my one nephew and my one niece for a couple days apiece, and I got tired. I'm just not quite sure that this never crossed his mind, as he was laying seeds. Like, you never thought that this was gonna happen? Like, oh damn, I have an autoimmune disease and I got 10 kids under 4. Never once did that cross your mind that this was...
I just think
talking about next friend.
Yeah. He thought he was Abraham of the Bible, and he was throwing seed everywhere, being fruitful. No. You're being fruitful, but not in the way that you need to be with these kids. Now be fruitful in being a father. Be fruitful in being there.
Let me just remind all these sympathizers of Nick who are just like, but he can't afford it. Fatherhood is more than being able to afford it, number one. Number two, even Abraham of the Bible, they all lived on the same compound and they didn't have television.
True. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's all we're gonna say about him. He'll figure it out one day.
Maybe.
Naomi Osaka is pregnant.
Yay!
Yes, she's pregnant.
Is she pregnant with old
I don't
who
know.
did that?
I don't know. Don't ask me all that. I just know she's pregnant.
She was dating a rapper for a little bit, and he's from North Carolina.
Oh, really? That I didn't know. But she was, I guess,
he has North Carolina roots.
Yeah.
Sometimes he claims North Carolina, sometimes he doesn't.
Interesting. But yeah, she's pregnant. That's good news for her. I think. Did we talk about Keke Palmer? Keke Palmer's pregnant. I don't know.
We haven't had a chance to talk about. Oh yeah, she is pregnant by Corday.
Yes, she is pregnant. So, got some new life coming in the world.
I'm just curious, is she gonna get the same heat that Keke Palmer got?
Probably. They all.
I haven't heard nothing yet. Hopefully, we shut the haters down.
Right.
Because y'all gonna mind your business about Black women that actually choose to procreate. When? Because Nick Cannon can have 10 because he can provide, but Keke Palmer can't have 1. Y'all get out of here. Right. Get off my life.
It's the obsession with these girls not being, or people not thinking they're grown up, that is the problem. Like, y'all gotta accept these girls grow up. People grow up. Child stars do become adults.
I don't even think it's a child star situation. I just think that anytime, and I say this because I'm going to pivot to Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey got a new man, or she's publicly claiming a new man because sis don't let too much moss grow under her feet. But she's publicly got a new man, and the men folks especially and it's funny, they're making jokes. They're just like, man, we told them ninjas just don't want to listen. Lori Harvey's never going to date you. Jamal. It's not gonna happen. So you can talk all the mess you want about her, but Lori Harvey is not in this world gonna date Jamal, first of all.
So what does that have to do with Keke and
Naomi? I really think that when
Naomi?
women, I think that people, society at large, low key, still have issues with women taking control of their sexuality. And so a woman choosing to have a baby without being married, guffaw. A woman out here dating like Lori is, shocked is the expression on my face. Like, I think it's whack. But we as women have been in that situation for a long, long time. And so sometimes, you know, people don't want to get into those woke arguments, but it needs to be said, like, times are different. And I keep trying to tell people, who is Lori Harvey supposed to date though? Like, y'all mad she's quote unquote running through these high profile eligible bachelors, but who is she supposed to date? Jamal from up the street.
Right.
Her daddy is Steve Harvey. Lori has not known struggle. When Steve Harvey and her mom met, she was little. So she don't know struggle like that. So no, she's always been, for a very long time, she's been a wealthy little girl. Who is she supposed to date?
Right. Well, the thing is just, I guess people just have a problem with women dating around, because why is that a problem? She's literally young. She's testing the waters. She's like, listen, if this ain't working, I'm going to the next one. And I don't have a problem with that. Like, and the problem also is, like you said, is people equate dating to sex. So they're just assuming that she's having sex with everyone that she is dating. And that, I mean, that's her business, but why is that the problem for people, for men especially? Like, get out of her panties. She can do what she wants. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't. Like, I just don't see what's wrong with it. She's not like dogging them out in public either. So like, when she breaks up with these men, there's nothing ill towards them. She's not saying anything about them.
And she makes them sign an NDA.
And she's high profile. She got to. Because otherwise they'd be out here reckless.
Right. I felt that was a good business move. I don't know who advised that, but good job.
Most of these celebrities probably need to sign them because
of Drake.
Oh, it just all comes back to the dating pool has pee in it.
Yes. However, listen, y'all, I got about 3 manifestation books for the holiday. I think my friends and family are trying to tell me something. But anyway, I got a bunch of manifestations books. I'm going to be manifesting all the things. And I'm manifesting my husband. So the pool that we're peeing it better like part like the Red Sea for a little bit. So he can find me.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Something got to give. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Something got to give. Politically, we had an unprecedented situation happening on Capitol Hill. It took not 3, not even 6, not even 10. It took 15 across 2 weeks of voting to get a Speaker of the House. That has never happened. 15. I don't know if that man should feel like he won something, because somebody said he's an example of perseverance. No, nobody wants you there, friend. They were just tired of voting. Anyway, yeah, 15 times. And then up the street, chaos is happening because they have begun the trial for the Proud Boys that were involved in the sedition on January 6th. I'm gonna just call it treasonous acts. I don't know why people don't want to follow that, but that's what it was. So anyway, they want to begin the trial for the Proud Boys, and it is pure and utter chaos and hilarity. The defense attorneys are doing everything in their power to stall and to create ruckus. Hell, the prosecutors are now mad. They're like, they don't want to deal with this. Everybody want to walk away. The judge is like, you can't walk away. The judge about to fine everybody, hold everybody in contempt. But if you hold everybody in contempt, then who actually tries the case? They don't want any of the jurors because there's no way no one knows about the Proud Boys. I say take them to Cuba. Problem solved. And then dun dun dun. So last year, former president, that guy, he got in trouble, or he was found to have tons and tons and tons of classified documents at his home in Mar-a-Lago. And they are trying to prosecute him for it currently. Hasn't happened yet. His lawyers keep throwing in stall after stall after stall, and the DOJ is really trying to make sure that they have a solid case against him. I appreciate that. Just heads up, if he's not prosecuted by June, it's not going to happen, and he's going to get away with it, and his lawyers know that, so that's why they keep stalling. Now he wants the names of I think it's the actual law enforcement that actually came to his home. He wants the lawyers want those people's names. For what? Anyway, however, the Democrats have themselves in a pickle because now they found in a bunker or something, some secret hideout that's in the White House that Biden utilized when he was a vice president. They found some classified documents. I don't find those to be the same situation at all. But Charlemagne gave him Donkey of the Day the other day. You just, the story.
And I'm not too familiar to speak on it, so I'm going to say, I'm just taking your information.
Okay. That's right.
On the last note, Tory Lanez was found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion, and you know, the audio of him talking to Kelsey came out, and people were kind of still defending him, of course, but I'm like, it seemed like the whole time the trial was going on that his attorneys or whatever were trying to deflect from the actual shooting. So they're bringing in all this stuff about their relationships, her and Kelsey, her sleeping with this woman, sleeping with that one, and all that stuff. And then, of course, at the end, none of that worked.
Yeah. So this was actually our Christmas conversation, me and my friends.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we talked about it at Christmas dinner, actually. And so hearing people who are way more invested in this case, because I wasn't, and so people who are younger than me, and I don't want to say their ears are to the streets, but I will say that they're more invested in this conversation. They have actually changed my view on the whole situation. I think I kind of came out very biased and was just like, of course he shot her. She said he did. Why would she lie? Like, that was kind of me. I didn't care too much one way or the other, but I was just like, okay, why is that so hard to believe? I hated seeing Meg's business thrown out there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because we talked about Lori and now we're talking about Megan. Women can sleep with whom they want to. Women can sleep with how many men they want to, as long as protection are being used and no one's throwing around STDs and or babies. Why do anyone care? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? If this is what she wants to do with her life, if she wants to choose to have sex with multiple people, okay. And again, as long as STDs and babies and, you know, as long as they're being smart and protected and it's just this, and this goes to all these people who are overly fascinated with threesomes and whatever, like none of that is your business. Find some water, sis. Sir, ma'am. So I hated that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I kind of get why the defense wanted to go all the way around the mulberry bush. Because interesting enough, I had dinner with some attorneys, and they were like, "Oh, that was a bad case. It should have been thrown out." And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I believe it.
Yeah,
it was just everything was all over the place.
All over the place.
All over the place.
Kelsey, to me, needs her butt beat. Or maybe Meg needs her butt beat. I don't know. Apparently, there's just so much tension and drama and history between Kelsey and Meg, and that's where a lot of this comes from. And I'm just like, I'm so glad I have the friends that I do. I'm gonna say that.
Mm-hmm. That part. Because why are we dabbing in the same? I don't.
Yep. I appreciate the chicks that have stood by me over the years. I appreciate the chicks that are no longer in my life or in my intimate circle. I just appreciate my close crew because that's what this boils down to for me. That is the shameful part about me. It's just like two women, two good friends, beefing, arguing, potentially sexing the same man. I don't have that kind of bandwidth.
Me either. It's like we just not no. I just can't ever see myself going after the same men that my friends are. That just creates another level of complication that is unnecessary. I can't explain away why I would do that. Like my conscience wouldn't let me.
When you say
it's too close. It's too close for comfort. Like why? Yeah. Why do you want that kind of drama in your friendship? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's funny you say that because one of my guilty pleasures is The Real Housewives of Potomac, and that's part of the current storyline too.
Yeah, they.
I don't know why they do the things that they do, but yeah.
Do we expect anything less than mess? No. All right, so we done with the for the culture. They're making me tired. All these things happening is just making me tired, and there's more that we can talk about. But we'll dab in a little bit next week. So, I know y'all been like, why they keep doing replays? Why they keep doing replays? Because I can tell these people, they ain't listening to us. They like, we don't want to hear the replay. We want to hear y'all now. So, we just been kind of not rushing it. Because we both been doing stuff and kind of resting. Key's been resting. I've been working, and we just didn't feel like it was necessary to like force it to like go and just try to put something together. And that's why we've been doing replays. That's why we've been on like a month break. Doesn't seem that long, but we've been on a month break. Has
it been a month?
It has, because we stopped like right before Christmas. So maybe like 3 weeks?
At least 3. Probably
at least 3 weeks. Going on 4. So and then we've just been seeing all this stuff happening. The planets are all out of whack again. Mercury got her microbraids back.
It's another planet too, right?
And what's the other one? Mercury. Now I can't think of which one it is. Because Mercury is the planet that everyone always talks about.
I don't want to lie to you.
I don't want to lie to you either. But it's another planet in retrograde too. The only reason that Mercury gets all the flack that it gets is because it affects your communication. It affects all of the things that are happening around us. So you'll start to feel like people are misunderstanding you. You're misunderstanding people. Just communication, just all the way around fucked up, and you can tell it. I know I can. But with all of that, and then the new year, and then, you know, people are always talking about manifesting and all this stuff and creating new habits and all that. I was just like, because around the new year, you know, we have all these traditions, like, you know, people cooking black eyed peas and all that stuff. I didn't do none of that. You know, we supposed to clean your house before the new year come in. I didn't do that either. You supposed to, you know, I didn't do my intentions for the year. I didn't do a word for the year. I didn't do anything. So I was just like, why am I rushing trying to get something done for this? Like, my challenge and all this stuff was already planned. So of course I was going to work on that. But like this podcast, I just didn't feel like we needed to rush it.
Speaking of not rushing, we pushed our date of our event back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we push our event date back, so it is now March 12th. 3/12. It is once again in Fayetteville, North Carolina, so we hope that you will join us. Go ahead and make the trip. It's, excuse me, very much worth it. Tickets will go on sale. What do we say? February 1st? Or at least that first weekend in February.
Yeah,
so
sometime in the beginning of February.
Yep. So tickets
hopefully
will go on
February 1st, y'all.
Okay. So tickets will go on sale February 1st. The event will be March 12th, and we will be in a new space in Fayetteville. It is called the Enclave Stress and Recovery Center. It's a really, really, really cool place. Y'all, I'll be posting a reel about that shortly, what it looks like on the inside. It is exactly what I said it is. It's a stress and recovery center. You can do yoga there, you can do counseling there, you can just come and sit, you can meditate, you can just come breathe. She's got these various rooms. She's got this really cool, I call it the green room, but it's like a nature space, where there's grass, there's plants, there's not low light, but hot, like low light. And there's this amazing low gravity massage chair. Then there is the Himalayan salt room, as well as there is the ocean room. It's got legit sand. So, you know, if you are into meditation and grounding, you can literally come there, put your feet in the sand, do what you got to do, chant.
That salt room
As well.
That salt room is I might need to go and sit in there for
Yeah, I know the Himalayan salt is an ionization thing. So, you know, it helps release or pulls out toxins from your body and whatever. So it's a really, 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 really cool space. So that's where our event is going to be, y'all. Yep. Okay, y'all. So yesterday was MLK Day, and at first I was picking on Keke because she don't have MLK Day off. I think I've mentioned before, I work in a minority-owned and working space, so we've taken our MLK Day off. And I was telling her how I have actively taken MLK Day off, like at least last 10 years or so. Like it means a lot to me to take this day off. But she was explaining how, you know, she hasn't had it off and stuff like that. Moving forward, me and my coworkers were having a conversation because we work on a contract and our contract will be ending shortly, but we were talking about like what a good job is these days and how our mindset has shifted. So, you know, a good job is not, for me, is not just employment. Or I'm sorry, it's not just having a job and it's not just getting paid, but it's like, what does your employee wellness look like? Are you giving them days off? Are they having enough? Because I've decided like 2 weeks vacation is just no longer enough. It's just not. Because figure, if you go on vacation for like 7 days, right? You need some days before the 7 to get ready for the 7-day vacation. You need some days after the 7 to recover from the 7, especially like if you go out of the country or something like that. Oh my God, traveling can be exhausting. So 2 weeks ain't enough. And then you just need time out throughout the year. Let's go back to mental wellness. Like, I don't want to have to explain to my boss when I need a day off because I've done too much peopling. I don't want to have to explain it. My job, I'm fortunate. We have my job really is a people forward organization. So we get a ton of days off on top of all the holidays. So, we'll have MLK this month. Our day that we celebrate in February is actually Frederick Douglass Day. We don't have one in March. I'm signing a petition to make a federal holiday in March. I don't know what we want to call it. But we need a federal holiday in March. We do. But yeah, so employee wellness, that is something that me and my friends have been talking about.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I was telling you, you were like, you take it off. I'm like, it's cool, but I'm not using one of my vacation days to take it off just because of the fact that it's MLK Day. I'm not doing that. And I've had it before at other jobs, but this one is probably one of the first that didn't, which is weird to me, because they have everything else that nobody cares about. But, we just don't get it.
I'm not in HR, so I don't know the back end of these things, but federal holidays, your 4th of July, your Christmas, your Thanksgiving, your President's Day. How are they federal holidays, but then jobs can choose not to give them off or not?
I don't know, but this is a private owned company, so they can do what they want, technically. I'm guessing if I work for the state or the federal government, then that's going to be automatic. But private companies, they can do what they want.
It's interesting because for the last 2 years, Juneteenth has still been, it's a federal holiday. So, and I say
they don't do it.
It's a federal holiday, but state employees still, you have to take off to get Juneteenth off. And I'm just like.
So you still got to use your own day to take off for Juneteenth, which is ridiculous, right?
Very much so.
And I'm like you, like, I don't have the freedom of having a bunch of vacation days to use. So my 2 weeks, I got to plan, and I'm planning my trip in September. So I got to use most of my days for that. And then I want my other days for my actual days that I want to have off.
I get it. But this is just a message to you future employers. Make sure that your benefits package is beneficial, right? It's not enough to just say, but I give you a week's vacation, a week's paid vacation. People want more. People want more. This is why the job market is, in my opinion, I don't want to say upside down, but it's really weird. There's a lot of jobs out there to be filled, but there's still a lot of people that are unemployed. And I don't know where the disconnect is, but I can tell y'all that if I enter the job market again, I'm not trying to, but if I enter the job market again, I am looking for a job that values me as an employee, not just with my salary. Like, are you giving mental health days? And I don't want to have to explain it, right? I don't want to have to call and be like, I need a mental health day. And nope.
You just gonna have to use those sick days. I still have sick days, so I have sick and vacation, so I don't have the mental health. But if I'm sick, hey, I'm not feeling well today.
Yeah, and I get it. People do abuse systems, so I can understand some things. But take, for example, even COVID nowadays, right? COVID hasn't gone anywhere. But if I gotta call you to tell you that I got that I got COVID. Why am I gonna go to the doctor just so the doctor can tell me I got COVID? And
Right.
I'm gonna go to the doctor, spend my little copay so they can give me what?
Right.
COVID's a virus. So the only thing you can do really is mitigate the symptoms you may potentially have. It's weird. It's weird. So as for my future, and as you people out there are looking to start your own businesses, begin from the onset of thinking of your employees. And if you can't afford, your bottom line won't afford you to give like extra off days or something, let people work half days. Make
Right.
that a thing. Make 4-day work weeks a thing. Like, there's so many things that you can do, but you have to be a little bit more employee focused. And for my people, in terms of your work health, your work wellness, self-care, take your days off.
I saw something. I saw an article, and I
Call
can't
in sick.
remember. Say what?
Call in sick.
Okay. I was saying that I saw an article where, and I don't remember what country it was in, but they were saying that they were giving them 160 days for maternity leave. I'm like, we don't even get that in vacation days or paid time off like that. The 6 weeks isn't fairly enough for a new mother.
No.
160 days would be a good time period to have, but
Right.
we're in this capitalist society and got to have butts and seats at work. Got to have us working like dogs.
It's hella upside down.
Yeah. But I was
Hella.
like, 160 days?
That's 6 months. No,
Yes.
almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what it should be. But I
Yeah.
guess so by the time, if we did that here, by the time you come back to work, you won't have a job. They would be replacing you. Like, they might still pay you, but after that, they might be like, look, here's your severance. Bye. Because we don't find somebody else that does it better
Oh,
and more.
don't get it twisted, friend. Maternity leave is not paid here. Mm-mm.
Okay, medical leave. Then you
Mm-mm.
have to get the short-term medical leave and
Yeah.
get a portion of your income.
Yeah. There are some companies that will pay maternity familial leave because now, you should be trying to pay somebody some paternity leave, but familiar leave, and then you got people who adopt and stuff like that. So a lot of companies, more progressive companies, have went to familial leave. But yeah, I still don't believe it's 6 weeks paid, because that's a long time for Americans. But I
Right.
do think that we're backwards in that effort, because y'all see me waving my hand. I'm just trying to get my steps, and it's lazy, but I'm trying to get my steps. But anyway, we yeah, we don't do that. We don't, and I don't even know that that's capitalism, because Sweden's no less capitalistic, but they do tend to believe in putting their people first. And I wish we would get on that train real quick.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Okay. Um, I guess we got to get back into it. Ooh, girl, I am tired. I'm tired. Y'all don't understand. Y'all, please, please, please go and sign up for this challenge. It's only 15 days. It's about 15 minutes per day.
Sign up for her challenge, so her work isn't in vain, number one.
Yes.
Number two, after you listen to this episode, I need you to share the episode with your friends, or tell a friend about it.
It's a new year.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we asked for a Christmas present last year, and I don't know if we got it or not, because y'all was on break just, I guess, as much as we were on break.
It was on break.
It's a new year. We still looking for the ratings and reviews. It's gonna help us out a lot, y'all. It's gonna help us out a lot. We're trying to grow this community, not community. Community. We're trying to grow the community. And just support us, y'all. Tell your friends. We have good conversations. We really do. Next week, we're going to come back with something even better. Okay? We are here to help you take better care of yourselves, and we're taking care of ourselves in the process as well. So
that's what we're here to do.
That's what we're here to do. So save the date for our event, 3/12/23. 3/12/23. Are you
3, 1,
12?
2.
Y'all get it. 3/12/23.
3/12.
From what, 1 to 4?
Yes.
From 1 to 4. Like we said, we'll try to have the ticket sales open in February. And we can tell y'all more about the event then. And that's it.
That's it.
He got to go and run around for the rest of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go and finish this course that I'm going to be bringing back to y'all. So sign up for the challenge and you'll hear about the course.
And learn about the course.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ki, I want you to take care of yourself this weekend. Go ahead and grab your extra set of pearls and drink your water and all that stuff. She is put it back on. I said grab the other set of pearls. So you going with that set and then the other set. Do what I say, friend. Trying to help you. Put it back on. There you go.
I don't want my ear no more.
You look cute though.
Thank you.
Okay, she don't want me to take care of y'all. Bye.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Kiki, please try to get some rest. You don't have MLK Day off, so maybe just work today and then rest tomorrow.
That's what I plan to do. So
okay, good. I need my friend to be rested, and because you do all the hard work for the podcast, so I need you to be okay.
That's why I'm dead now.
See? Okay. Take care of your people. Mm-hmm.
She's not taking care of me, y'all.
Goodbye. I'm about to go. You ain't gonna start with the lies for 2023. That's not what we're doing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.